Hello from Bali. Right now we're on our way to a little village called Penglipura, and on the way we're going to check out a few little attractions and see what the day brings. This is Goa Garba. I haven't been here before and I don't really know what it is, but it's some sort of, well, they say object wisata, which basically means tourist object or tourism object. Let's see what it is. Price of entry is 30,000 for foreign adults. There are other prices for different type of arrangements, whether you're like a child, local child or foreign child. Or the path down here seems to be full of steps. It's quite a long way down. I don't know what we're going to. I'm assuming it's a cave because it's called Goa Garba. Goa means cave in Indonesian. Sometimes you might even say Gua. Sometimes Gua, but Goa, same thing, cave. The first thing I'm struck by is the extent of the forest around here. It's absolutely beautiful. Hasn't been cut down for big villas or anything like that. Still pretty much the way it's been for a very long time. Beautiful, beautiful. It's one of the things I hate about progress is that there's change, you know? And I love the way things always were, and we've made it. Wow, this is spectacular. These old stone steps leading up to that little temple up there, and then there's a little tiny waterfall falling down over there. I'll have a bit of an explore. Maybe I'll start by going up these steps. They are massive too, really big steps. View's cool from up here. I don't know where I've ended up. I've come from down there. Looks like I'm in someone's backyard. Oh, makes sense. It comes up to this large temple complex. Exploring the less trodden paths so you don't have to. Don't come to the top. There's nothing here, but there seems to be another side path halfway along this path up the hill. So I'll see if I can find anything there. Okay, back to the halfway point. Let's see what's up this path here. Susan's just nicked down here. The steps here are incredibly steep and they're covered in moss. And as you touch them, they feel like ice. They don't just look slippery, they are slippery. All right, we've got something. Oh, here we go. This is a source of clean water. I'm assuming that's why a temple was built here back in the day. Beautiful, beautiful little source of water there, coming down out of the mountain, which then flows down into a waterfall, which tumbles across the edge there. Over here we have a few little old fountains that are sort of spraying out water, but they are so old. And these look like they were baths once upon a time. Yeah, they really do look like they were baths once upon a time, but the water's just not coming out of there like it once did, unfortunately. Well, maybe it does in the wet season. Problem we have is I want to get from here to there. And the only way to do that without dying is to go up and then back down. It's believed that this place was created in the 1100s, nearly 1,000 years old. And here is the main game, I believe, where that waterfall topples over the edge and you have some nice little caves, you know, that's why they call it Goa. Interestingly, this concrete path, which looks to have been built a long time ago, goes through the bush here and it doesn't seem to have been used a lot. I mean, there's one or two people coming along here, which would either indicate there's a really fantastic hidden spot down here, or more likely, it leads nowhere. But we're gonna find out. Some old steps leading down. Looks like it's going to the river. Isn't that lovely? Leads straight down to the river where you can have a bath, or if you're fond of playing in the rivers, you can have a play in the river as well. Beautiful. Interestingly, I just saw over the other side a local lady coming back up with a towel, so I'm assuming she must have come down here for a bath. Just 5 kilometers from the previous place is a place called Tegal Linggah Cliff Temple. Now it sounds spectacular. I've never been here as well. Like, there's a lot of these places that I can't remember it being here in the past. Obviously they are, because it's been here for 1,000 years, but they weren't sort of well known, and I'm finding now there's a few extra places that are, well, maybe worth going to. Punya bapak?
Ya, mau lihat?
Untuk disewa?
Ya.
Oh ya, boleh lah.
Ya.
Aku lihat dulu. Untuk kontrak atau per malam?
Per malam bisa, kontrak bisa.
Oh ya, harus nego dulu ya kalau mau kontrak ya.
Iya. Oke.
Oh, we're looking at a villa. Oh, wow. How
Small kitchen.
how cool is that? Small outdoor kitchen there, fridge, cooktop, sink, kettle, little place to eat. A nice plunge pool.
Mau lihat di dalam?
Yeah, mau.
Ya.
Oh, a view over the swamp below. Oh, harus lepaskan sepatu dulu.
Dah.
Enggak usah. Yang itu beda. Ya, lain. Yang ini lain.
Enggak, sama.
Sama.
Ya.
Wow. Nice wooden bungalow.
Ya. Kemarin udah pulang dia dari Amerika.
Oh, berapa lama di sini?
2 minggu.
2 minggu. Wow.
Ya.
Wow, this is pretty cool. Look at this. They've got air conditioning, TV. Oh, bagus banget, Pak. Bagus banget.
Enggak, sekedar ya.
Sekedar.
Itu siapa itu? Ibunya itu?
Itu istri saya.
Oh gitu.
Ya. Air panas juga.
Ya.
Nice, very nice. Ini sebelah itu apa?
Sama.
Kalau sewa ini termasuk yang ini atau beda?
Enggak, sama.
Sama. Oh, you also get this here. Boleh masuk juga ke sini.
Boleh.
This is apparently part of the same. Like if you rent the whole lot, you get all this too. Oh, outdoor spa. Look at that, outdoor spa. That looks like a plunge pool, but it's a fish pond. And then another bungalow, which I'm sure. Mirip ya, yang ini sama seperti itu. Sama. Wow, bagus banget, Pak. Wow. Menarik sekali. Kayunya bagus juga, Pak. Yang ini kayunya bagus.
Ya.
Kualitasnya
Ya.
nomor 1 ya.
Kalimantan ya.
Kalimantan. Oh ya, bagus juga. Wow. That was a random little encounter with a nice guy who's got a villa. Well, his son owns it, but he's going to try and flog it off to anyone who comes by. Beautiful, beautiful wooden villa. I could see myself living there quite easily. I don't think it feels too remote or anything. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure how far it is in central Ubud from here, but I'd say, I don't know, I'd be guessing 15, 20 minutes or something like that, looking at the map. Nice spot, no idea how much it costs. He's going to go and get the telephone number of his son from his friend, because this guy doesn't know his son's telephone number, but he knows someone that does. And maybe if I can get that, I'll put that on the screen below. So if you've got any interest in either renting that place long term or even just going there for a few nights, well, there you go, you can contact them. I love those encounters. Interesting little path down here to this temple. We've got the rice field sort of stepping down on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, it looks like that's all overgrown, and I imagine by the way that it's terraced down as well, that once upon a time was a rice field as well, but obviously now it's overgrown. There's a few banana plants in there. You actually, when you go around Bali, you actually find a lot of areas where you can imagine maybe 100 years ago, there was a rice terrace there. The farmland is marginal, it might be too steep, and you can see those terraces that's been cut away a long time ago, but you can also see that there are big trees in there, which mean it hasn't been sort of worked for perhaps more than 50 years. As we descend further and further towards the river, which is quite a long way down, we're starting to see some signs, the shape of a temple in the valley below. Even here, you can see some unmaintained cliff structure, some cave structure in there. Not sure what that's all about. And it continues along here as well. Well, that's interesting. I'm not sure what it is. It actually looks like a water channel, but it's not. It's not a water channel because it doesn't sort of go anywhere. It's almost like a burial site, really. But there's no information here, and there's no guides or anything like that to tell you what's going on. You need to be careful here, coming over this waterfall. It's like ice. And if you fall, that is a long way down into that river below. So going to be very careful here. Okay, this is interesting. Mohon perhatian. Don't cross the bridge. That there is a deadly bridge. And what it leads to is across the other side is some sort of structure in the cliff over there. They've got some cutout areas. And around here looks to be the main centre of the temple. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's beautiful. Carved out of the rock face is a Hindu temple with water cascading down the front, and more of these cave-like structures. And we'll come around here. What have we got? Ooh, some steps up there, but they're really old steps. They are. You couldn't use those anymore. And then we've got that, which is some sort of cave that I have to go through because it's inviting me. It is slippery though. Ooh, I can see down here someone's, that's ankle deep in mud. And then the steps go up there. I can see big spiders and everything. I'm not going up. I'm assuming it's a view from the top. What a fascinating place. Never heard of it before today. Before I sort of had a look at the map and said, oh, look, there's a little thing here. Let's go and have a look. There's no one else here. Like literally we are the only people here, Susan and I. No other person except that guy who was just cleaning the garden of the villa up the top. And then over the other side, there is certainly some sort of structure over there, some carving over there, but it's sort of been taken over by the jungle. It's a real eye-opener really that this sort of stuff still exists in Bali, away from the tourist scene. You know, we know there are some really majestical temples here in Bali that, you know, they get all the tourists and that's fine because they are good. But there are these smaller ones that are quite magnificent as well, which don't seem to get any attention, but they're pretty cool. Now the entry fee here again was 30,000 rupiah for foreign adults, much like the previous place that we went to. It's worth a little spin by if you're in the area. This is sort of like, I don't know, we're on the way to Bangli and Penglipuran. So if you're on the way to that area, definitely come by here. But if you're in Ubud or around Ubud or doing a day trip around Ubud, this place is easily accessible from there because it's not far from there. I'm going to try and get back up this way through these rocks. Wow. Oh, that's dodgy. That is dodgy. Let's have a view from the top here. Because it's not a very popular place, you have to be extra careful on the paths here. They are quite slippery, mossy, bit of water on them, but just beautiful. In there's some sort of cave. Wow, I don't know how far that goes in there, but there seems to be a source of water that comes out of there, a spring that tumbles down into the river below as well. What ada ya?
Ida.
Oh, Ida bagus Tisna.
Ya.
Okay. Terima kasih Bapak.
Ya.
Okay, mari Pak. Yeah. I came through with that phone number. So if you are interested, here's the phone number on the screen. It would have been up on the screen earlier because I would have put it up there as well. The guy, you're gonna have to negotiate with him. From what I can understand, he's allowing that to be rented out as one complete villa complex, but it's actually two separate buildings. And the Bapak here, he was saying to me that if it's rented out as individual bungalows, and there's two separate entrances, but I mean, it depends how much money you've got, whether you really want the luxury of two separate bungalows or not, or you know, whether you want to do it nightly basis, monthly, they'll do it monthly, or you want to take a long-term contract, all by negotiation. Give them a call, or probably go through WhatsApp, probably easier. Mari Pak. So we're just on our way to lunch. And we're coming down this road and I thought, well, isn't this an unreal road? Look how picturesque it is. Rice fields left and right. You've got coconut trees lining the edge of the road. And it's just a typical Bali scene, the one we all love. I love it. It's a fantastic spot. I'm going to a place called Dicharik Restaurant. No idea what it's like. Well, let's check it out. Not a bad little spot for lunch here. Right on the edge of the rice field. Rather than give an in-depth review, I'll just show you what I've got here. I've got a nice latte. It looks all right. It's not too hot, which is nice. I've got a smoothie which has got some coconut milk in there apparently, and some pineapple, some mint, and Susan got a taro latte. Looks pretty good. I'm not going to go and review the food because all I got was a nasi goreng. It's going to be pretty standard. I will make a comment on how I feel about this place in general when we finish our meal, because I feel pretty weird about it, to be honest. So I just wanted to make a comment on how I feel about this area, not just the restaurant, but this is attached to sort of a waterfall complex where we've paid $20,000 to get inside, and that's not a problem. It's pretty cheap, I think. But I'm feeling a little bit strange about everyone else that's here. There's a particular crowd here, and I don't want to disparage them because I don't have any personal feelings towards them, but it's an odd feeling. Now, today I've already been to a couple of tourist attractions and there wasn't anyone there, and I felt quite good about being there and exploring on my own. But I get here and I feel like I'm being shepherded into a manufactured type arrangement. And it's leaving me feel a little bit empty, to be honest, a little bit dissatisfied with being here. I'd much rather go to a more authentic place, and this sort of comes back to the whole idea of what's authentic and what's not. Yeah, Sanua's not authentic. Sanua's a tourist town, but I love it. Hello. And that was that. Yeah. I love it. I like Kuta Beach, I think, and Legian Beach. I think they're pretty nice as well. Even though they're tourists in, there's tourists there. Absolutely no problem. But when I get here to this place, I don't know, there's something about it, and I can't put my finger on it exactly, but you may know how I'm feeling and what I'm talking about. And if you've got some idea what the source of my dissatisfaction is, I'd love you to leave a comment, because it's really intriguing me. There's something right here in my chest which doesn't feel right about this place. I'm not having a heart attack, it's just I don't feel right about this place. Yeah, it might be beautiful, I haven't even got down to the waterfall yet, but just that meal back there, you know, they're rating that 4.9 on Google Maps. There's no way it's a 4.9. There's just no way. Now, how has it become 4.9? Do people love it and I don't? Or are they fake reviews or what? I don't know. But it's just weird. Just really weird. The whole place is a bit weird, really. Wow, it is very beautiful. Like, very beautiful. Like, that is a stunning waterfall. We've got a bamboo bridge. And for an Instagram shot, this is probably about as good as it gets. It's absolutely phenomenal. And this is the main waterfall, which is just spectacular. And you can go in there for a swim, and I'm sure it's pretty cool. There's a little cave down there as well. Yeah, really nice. And that water's thundering over the edge. I wonder what it's like when it's been raining a lot. That's a beautiful, beautiful waterfall. It doesn't fulfill me any more than what I was saying before. I still feel quite empty, but it looks good. Not a bad little spot here at Tegal Linggah Waterfall. I guess what we can sort of take from my feelings about this place is that when it comes to tourist attractions, I like the ones where there's not many tourists. And it's about as ridiculous as you can get. But that's the way I'm sort of feeling. I don't want to be crammed in with a bunch of other people at a tourist attraction. Just don't like it. That's life, I guess, in a busy place like Bali. You've got to search for those B-grade attractions, which we all really love. And they're the ones that you get most from anyway. Well, that wraps up today's adventure, today's video. We're heading over to Penglipuran now, which is a very famous, clean, beautiful village, which is famous around Indonesia as being the best in Bali. I've never been there before, so we're going to check that out next. Make sure you watch that video. And thank you to all the members who have recently joined up. Really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanua and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time. Sampai jumpa.